Hello everybody, my name is Jordan and welcome to my first Pokemon challenge. I'm a huge fan of the Dry Bread's Pokemon challenges and I figured I'd do at least one, maybe more myself. My first challenge is going to be if I can beat Pokemon Black with only one Munna. Munna isn't too bad when it comes to damage output with a decent 67 base special attack and okay defenses, but the main problem is its abysmal speed and shallow type coverage in the main story. Hell, look at its level up learn set. The only non-psychic damaging move it learns by level up is Nightmare, and that requires the opponent to be asleep. By TM, its type coverage expands a bit, but not all of it is in the main story. This is gonna be brutal. Some predictions I have going into the run. Team Plasma is gonna be rough. Dark types are going to be the biggest hurdle in this run if I don't get a fighting or bug hidden power, and Team Plasma has a lot of dark types. Grimsley is going to be an absolute brick wall. Grimsley has 4 of them, and all of his dark types are pretty damn good. I may need to be at least level 70 if I can beat him, and that's if I'm lucky. I'm not even confident I can beat the game. Getsus has 2 dark types on his team. If I don't get a fighting type hidden power, I might be doomed. Now for the rules. I can only use one Munna in combat. I can catch other Pokemon for HMs, but I can't use them in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, and held items are allowed. Let's do this. First off, I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to change Tepig to Munna. I do this so neither of our rivals has Tepig, making the run as hard as possible. It only takes a few side waves to take down both of our rivals' Pokemon. Now to take a look at his stats. Our Munna has a lax nature, so plus defense minus special defense. I don't really mind that. It also has the incredible ability Synchronize, which transfers the status affliction to the opponent if it gives us one. This is an incredible ability. Right off the bat, I have to grind. Something I actually forgot about is that N has a dark type, and we don't learn any other type of move besides Psychic until level 29. Well, I'm not insane to grind that long right now. If I can at least get to a high enough level to push my way through the fight with struggle, that'll be enough for now. At level 10, I try my first attempt against N. I go into the fight without any PP so I can actually hit it with struggle. I get super lucky and get a critical on the second struggle, letting me take it out on the third with only 2 health left. That was incredible luck. Once we're about to get into Striaton City, Bianca challenges us to another fight. Lillipup goes down in 1 side beam while Snivy goes down 3-2, Bianca using a couple potions on it. Overall, pretty easy fight. Already I have to grind again. Grinding here isn't great, but it's better than Route 1. We have another Sharon fight coming up and he has a Purloin on his team now. If we just barely beat N, I don't think we're going to be able to beat Sharon at this level. Once we get to level 15, I take a shot at Sharon. Oshawott goes down 1 side beam, while Purloin goes down in 2 struggles. Honestly, an easier fight than I thought it was going to be. Now we fight the first gym leader, Cress. It's pretty easy. Lillipup goes down 1 side beam, and Pampor goes down in 2. Now we gotta get back to the grind. Now that we can access Audino, I start hardcore grinding to level 29 so we can get Nightmare. This grind is absolutely awful, even with Audino. While grinding, I found this shiny Audino. I caught it and it's just gonna stay in the box till the end of time. After days of on and off grinding, I finally hit level 29 and learned Nightmare. Shortly after, we have another Sharon fight. Oshawott easily goes down 1 side beam, but Purloin on the other hand is awful. I use Hypnosis to put it to sleep, use Nightmare, and immediately wakes back up after 1 Nightmare turn. Then I proceed to miss Hypnosis 3 times in a row. Use Nightmare again, have it wake up on the next turn again, then I use Hypnosis and Nightmare again, just for it to wake up the following turn again! Then I finally do the same combo again, and it finally goes down. Jesus Christ, that was awful. Just outside of the Nacrene Gym, we have another end fight. It's pretty easy, all of his Pokemon go down in one Psybeam. However, we do hit ourselves in confusion a couple times due to Temple using Supersonic on us. Next up is the normal gym leader, Lenora. First up is Herdier, who goes down in a few Psybeams. And next up is Watchog, who takes a lot of damage from Psybeam. We take massive damage off of Crunch, and then easily take it down with another Psybeam. Pretty easy fight. Eventually, after a lot of pulling out hairs, we make it to Bird, the Bug-type gym leader. Whirlipede easily goes down in one Psybeam, as does Dwebble, but not before using Sand Attack. Last out, Leavanny, who gives us a bit of trouble. I try to put it to sleep, but after a few misses, I just give up and just try attacking him. Eventually, I do put it to sleep anyway, and it easily goes down in a few Psybeams. Right before we head out of town, I get the Eviolite. This is an amazing item that gives a 50% boost to both of our defenses if we're not fully evolved. I immediately put it on Munna. Next up is another Bianca fight. She starts off with Herdier, who goes down in a couple of Psybeams, but also hits us with Bite a few times. Next up is Servine, who also goes down in a couple Psybeams, but not before hitting us with Leech Seed and Leaf Tornado. Next up is Panpour, who goes down one Psybeam, and last is Munna, who uses Yawn to put us to sleep, and then Prison. For those who don't know, Imprison prevents the opponent from using moves that the user has. This dooms us, so he goes down to Leech Seed and Psybeam soon after. Next attempt, I put Herdier to sleep, but not before taking a bit of damage from Takedown and Bite. A couple Psybeams take it down. I did the same thing with Servine, but we do take a bit of damage from Leaf Tornado. Panpour goes down another Psybeam, and last is Munna. I try to put it to sleep, and the entire battle is just a back and forth of putting each other to sleep and not doing any damage to each other. I just decided to go and get a few more levels before trying again. I come back at level 34, and it goes amazingly. Herdier goes down in one Psybeam, Servine goes down in two, but only gets off a Leech Seed. Panpour goes down on one Psybeam, and I put Munna to sleep, and after a few Psybeams, it goes down. Next up, we have another Sharon fight, and I've been dreading this one. P-Dub and Pansear go down in one Psybeam each, but Pansear gets off a Bite first. Next up is Liepard, the one I've been scared of the most. It instantly uses Torment on me, and I was worried that this would be a failed run, but between Nightmare and the Sandstorm, we managed to take it down. Last up is Dewup, but it goes down a couple Psybeams, but we do need to heal with Moonlight. I go to the Desert Resort and pick up the TM for Rock Tomb. It's a 50 power physical rock type move that lowers speed. This is going to be a good temporary way to deal with dark types, even if it's not perfect. Next up is another fight against N. Sandile goes down a couple Rock Tombs, and next up is Scraggy. Due to getting hit with Swagger a couple times and bad confusion luck, we end up taking ourselves out. Okay, but that was just horrible luck. Second try, I put Sandile to sleep and take it out with a few Rock Tombs. Scraggy is annoying as it uses Swagger on us, but we don't hit ourselves in confusion much, and eventually we do take it down. Darumaka goes down one Psybeam, and Sigilif goes down one Rock Tomb. Next up is Elisa, the Electric Gym Leader. Both of her Amoga go down one Psychic, while it takes two Psychics to take down her Zebstrika. Easiest gym so far. As we head out to Route 5, we have another Sharon fight. Liepard goes down a few Rock Tombs, but hits us with Torment. Pansear goes down one Psychic. Duat goes down one Psychic and a Rock Tomb, but we get low on health and need to use Moonlight. Last is Tranquil, who goes down one Psychic. Next is Clay, the Ground Gym Leader, and this clear as shit isn't happening now. Every attempt I've tried, I cannot get past this Krokorok. I need to grind. Thankfully, grinding isn't that difficult, as there are loads of trainers I skipped over. I also get the return TM from the Nimbasa Pokemon and replace Rock Tomb with it. I come back at level 44 and things go much better. Krokorok goes down a couple returns, albeit it's after I just give up trying to put it to sleep and it swaggers us. Palpitoad goes down to one Psychic and one return, and last is Excadrill. I use Hypnosis on it to put it to sleep as well a couple of times, as well as use Moonlight to heal, but eventually, the combination of Psychic and Return eventually takes him down. As we try to exit town, Bianca stops us and challenges us to a fight. Herdier and Panpour go down to one Psychic, Servine goes down two Psychics, and Musharna takes a few returns and 1 psychic to take down. Pretty easy fight. At the end of Chargestone Cave, we have another end fight. It's pretty easy as usual. His entire team goes down to Psychic except for Boldor, who we take down with a Psychic in return. Next is Skyla, the flying gym leader. Screwback goes down in a couple of returns, but not before it hits us with weak acrobatics. And Pheasant goes down in 1 Psychic, and Swanna goes down a few Psychics due to Skyla using Hyper Potions on it. Shortly after, we have another Sharon fight. It takes a few turns to take Pheasant down due to it using Detect and air slash flinching us. Liper goes down a couple of returns, but uses Assurance and Torment. Semi-Serious goes down in 1 Psychic, and I try to heal with Moonlight, but due to awful luck, Duat's Water Pulse confuses us, we hit ourselves twice, and then go down to Aqua Jet. Second try, and Pheasant goes the same way, though we take a lot more damage from Air Slash. Liper just uses Assurance on us, but we get really low on health. We just barely survive Semi-Serious Flame Burst and use all our Moonlights. It heals by less damage due to the rain, unfortunately. And last out is Dua, who again confuses us with Water Pulse. We hit ourselves in confusion twice, and we snap out of confusion eventually. Hit Psychic, just barely doesn't take Dua down, and it takes us down with Aqua Jet. Let's try that again! Third try! Unpheasant goes down in 1 Psychic in return, but it does hit us with Air Slash, but thank God it doesn't flinch us. Liper goes down a couple of returns, but it hits us with Torment. Semi-Seers goes down from Psychic in return, and Duat goes down in a critical Psychic. After dealing with Team Plasma, we have another Bianca fight. She starts off with Stoutland, who hits it with a big crunch before we take down a couple of Psychics. Next up is Superior, who uses Coil, and we hit it with Psychic. Before he can attack again though, Superior hits us with a critical Leaf Blade, taking us out. Second attempt, and Stoutland goes down in a couple of Psychics, but hits us with Crunch again. Superior comes out next and easily goes down after a couple of Psychics. And next up is Semi-Poor, who on the second skull burns us. This is a failed run, time to try again. Third try, we hit Stoutland with Psychic, it hits us with a critical Crunch, and we finish it off with another Psychic. Out comes Superior and it sets up with Coil, but we put it to sleep quickly. We're getting very lucky and managed to take it down before it even gets a chance to hit. Though Bianca healing it does elongate the fight. Semi-Poor goes down in 2 Psychics, and last out is Musharna. We put it to sleep and slowly chip it down with Return. Though it using Defense Curl and setting up Lucky Chant does elongate the fight. We do need to put it to sleep a couple more times. Next up is Drayden, the Dragon Gym Leader. Fracture goes down in 1 Psychic, Dread again goes down in 2, but not before hitting us with a powerful Night Slash. And last is Haxorus, who we put to sleep. Use Psychic, it wakes up and uses Dragon Tail, sends out a little pup, one-shots it, I send out Munna again, and it finishes me off with Slash. I try a few more times, and I eventually get this awesome run. Fracture gets one-shot, I put Dread again to sleep, but not before it uses Night Slash, and I take it down in 2 Psychics. Last is Haxorus, and I get off of Hypnosis, and it never wakes up, letting me take it down in 2 Psychics. Next up is the final Sharon fight. And Pheasant goes down in 2 Psychics, but only uses Taunt and tries to start Razor Wind, but doesn't get a chance to attack. Liper goes down a couple returns, but also uses Night Slash before it goes down. Samurott comes out, and I put it to sleep, and it goes down a couple of Psychics, but not before it uses a couple Aqua Tails when it wakes up. And Semi-Seer goes down in 2 Psychics, but almost takes us down with Flame Burst. I truly don't think I can beat the Elite Four at this level, so I'm going to grind to level 80. God help me. Go to the Mistralton Poké Center and to check my hidden power, and crap, it's Ice type. Time for the Elite Four. Let's take a look at our stats. Not good, but I'm hoping that the Eviolite helps with our lower defenses. Let's give this a shot. I try Grimsley, the Dark Trainer, first, and it just is not happening. Scrafty always sand attacks us, causing us to miss too much. Most of the time causing me to not even get past him. In the runs I can actually get past Scrafty, Crocodile takes me out before I can even put it to sleep. Out of the couple dozen attempts I made, I only made it past both of them twice before Bisharp took me out with Night Slash in one attempt, and the other attempt a combo of Night Slash and Aerial Ace. I need to grind more. I come back at level 85 and it still isn't happening. I tried at least 36 times on the very rare, very lucky runs I can get past Scrafty and Crocodile. I just can't beat Bisharp. It deals way too much damage and I can't deal enough to it. I need to grind even more. Also, I realized in editing that I didn't take the Lucky Egg off from grinding. Even still, the main problem stands that we can't deal enough damage to survive. I come back at level 90, and it still isn't happening! Sand Attack just messes us up too damn much! I just decided to max up my level with the rare candies I got from Lillipup and just try again. At level 100, it is still impossible with my current new moveset. But I come up with a new strategy and I'm gonna save Grimsley for later. I decide to go with Chantal, the Ghost Trainer, first. Coppergregas goes down one Psychic, Jealous takes a few and we had to dance around it due to its Cursed Body ability, disabling Psychic. Chandler goes down in one Psychic but not before using Shadow Ball on us. Golurk also goes down in one Psychic, but not before it uses Shadow Punch. I heal him between fights and move on. Next up is Marshall, the Fighting Trainer. Throw goes down in one Psychic, me and Xiao hits us with U-turn and out comes Sock, who goes down to 1 HP to its Sturdy ability. A few returns on a Psychic later and it manages to go down. Me and Xiao comes back out and U-turns Conkeldurr, who goes down one Psychic, and me and Xiao comes back out again and goes down another Psychic. Easy trainer. I heal up in between fights and move on. Before the next fight, I replace Psychic with Shadow Ball. Next is Caitlyn, the Psychic Trainer. Her first 3 Pokemon go down to Shadow Ball easily, though Sigilif does hit us with a Shadow Ball before it goes down. Last out is Gothitelle, who takes a Shadow Ball, uses Calm Mind, Caitlyn heals it with a full restore, it takes another Shadow Ball, and since it's out of full restore range, we take it out with another Shadow Ball, but it also hits us with a Shadow Ball. Now, it's time for Grimsley again. I replace Shadow Ball with Charge Beam. Now, it's time for my master plan to commence. It takes a few runs, but we finally get this run where Scrafty and Crocodile go down a couple returns, but not before doing serious damage with Crunch and Foul Play. Finally, we make it to Bisharp. I put it to sleep, and 2 Charge Beams take it out. Last out is Liepard, who goes down in 2 returns. I had to catch Reshiram in his portion of my party, but I just let N beat me, and I can go back for the real fight. I also went to the move relearn of Misthalton and relearned Psychic. Now, at long last, it's time for the final fight against N. Zekrom goes down a couple of Psychics, Caracosta goes down a couple of Psychics due to its Sturdy ability, Archeops goes down in 1 Psychic, but before it goes down, it hits us with Crunch. Clink goes down a couple of Psychics, but we do need to heal with Moonlight. Zoroark goes down a couple of Charge Beams, and last out is Vanillux, who take us out with Blizzard. Let's try that one again. Second try, Zekrom goes down 2 Psychics, as does Caracosta. Archeops goes down 1 Psychic, but it hits us with Crunch. Clink hits us with Thunderbolt and paralyzes us. Thankfully, we're still able to heal with Moonlight, and a couple Psychics takes it down. Zoroark goes down in 2 Charge Beams, and last out is Vanillux. It misses Blizzard as we heal with Moonlight. It then sets a Pale, but doesn't get a chance to use it before we take it out with Psychic. Finally, it's time for the final fight against Ghetsis. First out is Coppergregas, who goes down 1 Psychic. Next up is Bisharp, who I put to sleep and easily take down with a couple Charge Beams. Next up is Electros, who goes down to 1 Psychic, as well as Bouffalant, but it hits us with a powerful critical head charge. Next up is Hydra Gun, and it hits us hard with Dragon Pulse. I tried to put it to sleep, but I had to heal with Moonlight after just barely surviving before I successfully put it to sleep. It immediately wakes up and I use Moonlight. It takes a few more attempts to put it back to sleep and I need to heal using Moonlight again. It wakes back up after I use Moonlight, but I start using Charge Beam. 3 Charge Beams take us out, winning us the run. That was an absolutely brutal run, much harder than I expected it was gonna be. I think I might have over-leveled because I didn't immediately think of the Charge Beam strategy, but oh well. It was still a very challenging run that And that grind was, after the first gym, was honestly the most annoying grind I have ever done in a Pokemon game so far. Also, as I'm recording this after, you know, I'm almost done with the voiceovers and the editing, I want to say I did use a few different strategies, so to say, while editing. So, because, you know, this is my first Pokemon challenge, I don't know exactly what to do for this, how do I edit this differently compared to my other videos. And I'm hoping it turns out good. I'm gonna try to edit better for my next Pokemon challenge, which will be coming out hopefully in a couple Wednesdays. And it will be Pokemon Ultra Sun with only in-game traded Pokemon. I hope you guys enjoyed this challenge, and I'll see you guys later. I hope you stick around for the channel. Peace out.